Hi, welcome to Hit the Bricks. Today is the 5th installment video of building a Lego Railroad and Lego City from scratch. If you've watched the other ones, thanks for coming back. If you have not seen the other ones, I'll put a link up on top to the first one so you can kind of get caught up. Basically what we did was start from IKEA tables, and we've been building up the elevation of the whole table with this pink insulation foam here, kind of borrowing a little bit from the model railroading world. Today we're going to deviate from that a little bit, and we're going to just concentrate on one area. We're going to concentrate on the southern dock area here, and the reason for that is I want to start to get a feel of what this is going to look like as we start to put Lego brick on it, as we get a little bit more solid concrete as far as where things are going to go and how this kind of feels once we paint the table, once we add more bricks to it, more buildings to it, so we can see if that's the direction we want to really go for the rest of the table. So before rolling it out to the entire city, I'm going to do a little test area. And I figure the southern docks is a good place to start because I already did this, this beautiful mock here by JPEZ, which is a seafood market that I'm going to be converting to more of a warehouse type feel. Put a railroad behind it. Now putting that railroad behind it already taught me one thing. Taught me that this 1.5 inch foam board that we used right here for the basis of the table, well, that's not going to work so well for the docks. It's too high. So even with modifications to the back of the seafood market, moving the whole dock opening, the doors and such up, it was still too high. I had to bring the platform down that the rail line is going on. So I'm going to have to go to 1 inch foam here. So we're going to replace this in this video with 1 inch foam. We're going to get it more exactly where we want it. We're also going to change this up a little bit. So I want to expand what I'm going to do here in the southern docks. So this picture I have up here is a rough kind of sketch that I did of what I want this to look like. Now I'm going to get as close as I can. Working with Lego, or L gauge as it is a little challenging because we don't have all the options that we would in a regular model railroad. We've got one radius turn, we've got one length of straight track, and we have a left and a right turnout, at least for this 9-volt system here that we're using for this point-to-point rail. If you're not familiar with the channel at all or this city, this 9-volt is going to be a point-to-point from the southern docks to the northern rail yard. We have a main line back here. The main line is on the power functions, the plastic track, and that does have some of this flex track that's available, but we don't even have that over here. So it's really limiting what I can do. So I'm gonna get as close as I can to this picture. So today, like I said, we're gonna replace this with 1 inch foam. We're gonna put the track down to try to get this track plan on there. And then we're going to paint this table and get a good idea what that blue looks like, because the blue, the water is one of the last things I think I'm gonna do for the table. At least that's my feeling right now, because I'm not sure if I wanna go with blue plates or if I wanna go with some loose bricks, or is it just gonna be painted? That's one of the things that I wanna do on a test area like this, to see what we think. And when I say we, I would really love your feedback on this as far as comments in the video. Do you think it looks good? Do you not? Because I'm looking for all the feedback I can. It's one of the reasons why I do these videos. So as I build the entire city, what works, what doesn't, what is looking good with this kind of blend of model railroading with the Lego. It's a new experience for me, and we're just gonna learn as we go, so to speak. So let's get into the video right now by getting some 1 inch foam on here and getting this track down. Okay, so we've got the tracks down. Looks pretty good. We've replaced the 1.5 inch foam with this 1 inch. That is definitely gonna work out much better. Don't worry about the gaps and such in there. I'm not worried about that. It's all gonna be covered by brick anyways. You gotta remember that. Lego's gonna be covering everything, so that's not an issue. I'm really happy how the rail line looks on here, because it actually is pretty faithful to that sketch. So that turned out a little bit better than I thought. Now we're going to do some slicing here. We're gonna cut this, take this section out. We're gonna go straight across here, take this section out, because that's just gonna be water. This is actually, that's gonna all stay there. That's where I have that switching tower on the picture, as you can see. I really want that switching tower on there, but it was brought to my attention actually on Instagram. If you don't follow Hit the Bricks on Instagram, this is the name of it with the underscores. I try to put a couple pictures in between videos just to kind of show what's coming up. And SD Rail mentioned on there that a switching tower may be a little much for this size yard, and I totally agree. I just really like this MOCS that I have in mind. I guess we can just imagine maybe the yard gets a little bit bigger somewhere that we're not seeing. So I'm still going to try to put that switching tower there along with this crane right there, which hopefully we'll be able to service both sides of that dock. The other suggestion from SD Rail actually was to put a ice house somewhere along here. I'm like, well, that's actually a really good suggestion. I'm going to need some refrigerated cars, right? If we're bringing in the catches of the day, they're going to have to be packed in ice or some kind of refrigeration before they get shipped out. Otherwise, they're going to spoil by the time they get to their destination. I like that. I like that suggestion. So I'm going to try to make a ice house MOCS, or at least a facade of it. Maybe put it right over here so we can pack those reefer boxcars from the top on like a platform and put the ice down inside there, and pack the fish in there. So I like that suggestion. Gonna try to get that going. So a little modification to the plan right there. Maybe still do that engine house or maintenance shed at the end of the line right here. And also maybe put another little small shed or something in some other facades. So that's, I think, all gonna fit in here. So I'm really happy with how this turned out. So let's go ahead and cut this and see what it looks like after we get all the shapes in place. Okay, so we've got the track on here now. We've got this cut out. I cut out this section here and this section right here. So that's both gonna be water. We also cut straight along back over here and cut this ridge line here where the main track goes along that circle. That's not exactly how that's gonna be because I'm not even 100% sure what's gonna go there, but I know the water is gonna go up to that main line somewhat. It's probably gonna be a ridge there or some kind of a hill. Might try to squeeze a building in there, we'll see. But at least when I paint this, we'll be able to visualize more so what this is gonna feel like and how this water is going to kind of flow in and out of the harbor area. So let's go ahead and get some blue paint on here and let's see what it looks like. Okay, so here it is. We got the track back on there. We've got the blue painted on. I am super happy of how this looks because it really gives a good idea of the shape of it now and how this is going to feel this area. And I am really pleased with it. It turned out so close to that sketch that I did, and that it gives it more of an actual rail yard type feel rather than just having one track come in here and one spur off of that. So this actually, I just put everything on here so I could wrap up the video so you guys could see it. This is actually just a little tacky, it's not bad at all, but it's gonna require another coat of paint, but I didn't wanna wait to do that. But I'm not sure, again, what I'm gonna do with the water. Am I putting down base plates for the majority of it, or I'm just laying down some scattered bricks? You know, I could go either way. I really don't mind how it looks with just the blue like this. So I've got a lot of possibilities. Now, one thing I did, I noticed I did paint the sides here blue. That was originally I was gonna paint it black. I do have the black paint for that. Obviously, black paint covers anything. I can go over this anytime I want. I kind of like the blue. I'm gonna live with it a little bit and see how it feels. I might actually, when I get to the other side, paint the rest of the shoreline. I think looking at the table as a whole, it may actually tie it in better. than the black. That black would definitely look maybe a little bit more finished. It would hide some of the imperfections in the pink styrofoam, but yeah, I'm gonna let this sit for a little while and see how it goes. So let's take a look at this side over here. So over here, I don't know about you, but I think the Santa Fe looks just great coming around this corner here like this over the water. Imagine this up maybe about this high and it's kind of being a rocky cliff. So having a natural rocky cliff, probably pull back a little bit here, but we got this kayaker coming through this water. What I like about this is that we've got this natural looking edge here on the shoreline, and then right here and right here we've got the man-made pier type. So we've got that contrast of these sharp lines, these sharp angles with the natural shoreline here. I really like that because you see that so often, and in our world we get both, right? We've got the stuff that we made and we've got the stuff that's made for us. And I like that, so I definitely want to keep that kind of look going. And I tell you, working with the pink styrofoam as an experiment with the Lego, I'm liking it. And the reason I say that is because now it's given me other ideas to do over here that I can easily try to implement and see how they work without building up a lot of infrastructure and taking a lot of bricks or taking a lot of time. I can easily just score and cut this stuff and put it into place. And this is what I'm thinking. Building this up, I really like how this is. I really like how this kayak come out of here, how that looks. What if this came over here, there was a bridge, this came over this way, and then here was a small pond that this was raised up over, so this was like in a depression or in like a valley, there was like a water here. So I can easily do that by building this foam up and seeing what it looks like. So just endless possibilities. So far I am really happy with using this as a way to build it up quickly and see how things work. So that being said, I'm gonna leave it like this for now, like I said, because I do have to do another coat of blue paint, so I really can't go ahead and start putting the edges and base plates and stuff on there. We're gonna have to leave it for this. We'll do that in another video. But thank you for watching. If you haven't subscribed and hit the bell notification, I'd appreciate it if you would. If you liked the video, thumbs up please. And I am going to hit the bricks, well, I'm actually gonna hit the paintbrush and paint the rest of this. So again, thanks for watching and we will see you next time.